Hi everyone, it's Rose popping in for our third technique card, third and final card for September. This is our technique card, and I love this technique because it's a great way to use up your scraps of strips of designer series paper. So in your package, it's going to be your thick white, basic white scrap package here with the little pieces of paper, the black and white perfectly penciled designer series paper. I love this paper. And we have a card base here. We'll just put that off to the side for now. Then you have a piece of Tahitian Tide, and then we have this other piece of basic white that we're going to do our technique on. So what you want to do first, we'll just move our supplies over. I'm just going to bring in a ruler, and you basically want to find the center line on this piece of cardstock. So I'm just going to grab my ruler and measure. I think it's going to be, yes, just about 2 3/4. So we're just going to make a little line, a little mark. And we're going to add a line here. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just kind of a rough estimate of the center line, like so. Okay. And I didn't even do the complete thing, but we're going to cover it up anyway, so it's not a big deal. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tear tape, and you can use whatever adhesive you want. You can use tear tape, you could use your liquid glue, and just a sponge and add it all over the background, as long as it's all sticky. You could even use our adhesive sheets and cover it completely. So I'm going to go 3 strips, and then I'm just going to burnish it and peel off the coverings to expose all of the adhesive. And then I'm going to put a strip on either end, like just to cover all of the bases here. So one quick strip here and another one here. I love tear and tape. It is super sticky. It's definitely going to hold all of your pieces. Okay, so this is what we have. Now what we're going to do, this is the fun part. We've got our center line, we've got our glue everywhere, and these strips of paper, designer series paper, were cut at 1.5 inches by 6, and then I put them into the trimmer and I put them on an angle. So I just cut them together. So if I put them back together in the shape of the original strip, this is what it looked like. So it was 1.5 inches by 6, and then I cut it on an angle. So what we're going to do is we're just going to alternate the patterns, and we're going to use that center line that I just made on my cardstock. So I'm going to put the point at the bottom, and I'm going to line up the straight edge against that line, and then we're just going to continue around. I like to go clockwise, so I'm going to go clockwise. This is more of a dark pattern, dark with the black. I'm going to pick a white pattern for the next one. And you can do all of the colors from your different colored designer series paper. I just happen to have black and white that I'm using today, but the colored ones look just as nice. So there I'm going with a stripe, and then I'm going to flip and go with a white pattern. Here's a white pattern here. And we're just going to continue all the way around, alternating patterns. And looking at my strips here to grab one of these more black patterns. And then this wedge down here. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to trim off the edges. And you can actually do this now if you like, so that you can use those edges. So let's bring in my scissors, and we're just going to line up the edge of the scissors, the blade of the scissors, with the edge of the cardstock. And we're going to get all these little scrap pieces. And you can finish the whole thing and do it all at once, but I am actually doing this on purpose so that I can bring in a piece like this to cover up the bottom. So don't throw your little pieces away yet until you get all of your sides done. So we'll trim up this side, and then we'll continue all along the left-hand side. Okay, so we've got half of our sunburst done. So let's continue on. We're going to continue on over here with a white pattern and then a black pattern. And there's really no right or wrong way to do this. That's what I love about this technique. You just use up those strips. And the other wonderful thing is Stampin' Up's paper is just like, they knock it out of the park with their designer series paper. And I know if you guys are like me, you have lots of paper. They really do a great job. and even the colored pieces, like the packages of colored paper, all of the pieces coordinate with one another, right? So you've got patterns that always match up and go really, really well with one another. Okay, so I need a black strip for the end of my pattern on this side. I'm just going to put this one right here. And then I'm just going to swipe all these little pieces off to the side. I'm going to hold on to them because I still have a few more cards to make with this technique. So don't throw your strips away until you're done. Okay, so we're just going to trim up this, come around here like so. So there's our beautiful, beautiful sunburst. Now there's two different ways to do this card. I'm going to bring in my completed samples and show you in a second here. You can we're going to mount that onto our Tahitian Tide. Makes a nice background, that beautiful, beautiful blue. And so you can do your card orientation landscape or portrait, and either way looks great. For this one, I'm going to turn it and make it a landscape orientation like this. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down onto the card front. And then we're going to go ahead and do our greetings. So this is on here, and I'm going to grab my bone folder and reinforce that score line so it stays flat. Okay, so in your kit, you're going to have a stitched rectangle here, and you're going to have some die cuts. I love these amazing die cuts. They are from the stamp set and die set called Amazing Silhouette. So this is the stamp set. It's a red rubber stamp set, but the dies that coordinate with it are absolutely fantastic. You can spell "you are amazing," the word "thank you," and it's a double letter set. So you have the background here, the thick background, and then you have the skinny font, I call it skinny font, to go over top to make it a highlight. So I'm just going to bring in my glue, and I'm going to add some glue to my words. Now I'm missing my R. Did it fall out? It should be here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm just going to grab my glue, and I'm going to come around here and just add some quick little dots onto my words. And again, you could use our adhesive sheets for this. I just find it just as quick and easy to whip it through the Big Shot or the Stampin' Gun and Emboss machine and not worry about the adhesive sheets. Okay, so we're just going to lay this right on top of my basic white piece here. And it also looks really great highlighted with black, basic black cardstock behind. Oh, basic black and all these bright colors would also make it pop. Okay, so there's my amazing. And then the word R, let's do that one. Probably the hardest part of this card is just gluing these letters together, but it's worth it. It's totally worth it. Okay, so let's do the U. And then we can go ahead and put this down onto our rectangle. I got a little piece here sticking in. Okay, so the other thing we have is some beautiful, beautiful flowers. This is from our floral, they're the Flower Punch. I can't remember the name of this one. This is the Triple Flower Punch, I think it's called. Anyway, you get 2 different size flowers and the leaves, and it is gorgeous. I'm just going to take my bone folder and curl my petals a little bit on my flowers here. And then we can go ahead and put this together. Okay, so let's flip over the words, and we're going to add yet more glue, which is a little easier because now they're nice and thick. So let's go ahead and just go all the way around, add our glue. And these flowers here, I'm going to put the leaves on the background. So let's go ahead and put a little bit of glue on these leaves like this, and then we can stick those down. Okay, so we're going to put one right here and one right there, easy peasy. One right here, one right here, and here's my other one gone astray on me. We're just going to do that and add these leaves. Super easy. Just a little bit of gluing, that's all. Okay, so let's go ahead now and put this onto our rectangle. So we have you are, so you are, And then amazing, hope I'm not off the camera here. We're gonna put amazing across the bottom like this. And then I'm gonna bring in my dimensionals. We're gonna pop this up on the front of the card. And let me see where my dimensionals are. Grab a sheet here. Okay, so we're going to add 4 dimensionals to the back of this rectangle. And put this down onto our sunburst technique. Okay, so this is going to go right here. I'm going to center that in the center of the card, and then we're going to add our flowers. So flip our flowers over, put some more glue on here, just like so, and that leaf, just put that one back on. Love the Take Your Pick tool. It helps to pick up these flowers, especially because they've got glue on them now. So you don't get glue on your fingers. So a little bit more there. And now we get to decorate. So let's put this one down here, making sure that you don't go off the edge of the card so that everything stays put when you put it in the envelope, right? That one goes there. This one just needs a little more time to glue. Just needs a little more patience. Okay, so this one's gonna go up here like that. And last but not least, in your package, you're going to have some black matte dots. They make great centers for our flowers. So let's grab my Take Your Pick tool and put that in place. So that one goes there. And we got 2 more. Let's grab these. This one goes here. And there's our last one. Okay, so I wanted to share with you. This is the landscape orientation. And then we also have this one as a portrait. So which is your favorite? You could do them either way. They both look equally nice. This one just has our Parakeet Party dots, but I really love the pop of the black, the basic black matte dots. So there you have it, you guys. This is our 3rd technique for our September card club, and it is called the Starburst technique. And I'd love to see what you guys make using this one. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.